question I got asked was, when does it get easier, Vicky? And I just had to have a little giggle to myself. I was like, God bless you, lovely lady. Okay. Such a common thing, hey? Like, you think you're all on track. In this instance, she's talking about her business and she's like, I've been doing this for years. I want to get it to the next level. And she's, felt like she was struggling, breaking through to that next step, where she can get bigger, better. And obviously the idea is have more money and have an easier lifestyle. So let's unpack that, because I actually thought this is a very good topic. When does it get easier? When does it get easier? And it doesn't have to be just with business. It can be with relationships, with life in general. It's just like, So I thought, do you know what? Let's unpack that, baby. First of all, I want to talk about, the whole perception of when does it get easier? And then how we can actually change that, so that we're more accepting of what is. Okay, so let's look at the first thing of when does it get easier? Our perception of that statement. If you think about it really carefully, when does it get easier? These are what we call in NLP a presupposition that it's not easy, that life is not easy. Okay, can you see the difference? So immediately, by thinking that it's going to be hard, that there are more challenges that you don't know are coming, by virtue of that, you are focusing on that. And then what happens is, quite invariably, because your energy is now aligned to things not being easy, if you talk about law of attraction, things start coming into you that aren't easy and will sideline you. And then we call this in NLP compounding. You've now got evidence that life is now hard, that life is not easy, and you compound it. And then another experience comes and you compound it, and another one comes and you compound it, and it becomes a belief system that life is hard, that it's never going to be easy. Okay, and look, we do get challenges. Again, if you go down the route of the energy route, if that's what you are sending out as a signal to the world, then that's what you're going to open yourself up to. So first of all, do we need to change that signal? If you don't mind that coming your way, then so be it. But with the law of attraction kind of energy attracts like energy. So if you are expecting things to be challenging, then that's what you are going to land up focusing on as well, and becoming aware of, and you're opening yourself up to that. So we've got to challenge that, haven't we? We've got to change that. So the RAS, if you have listened to my videos before, the RAS shoes and glasses, your reticular activating system will hone you in on specific things. So if you remember the exercise that I suggested to you, and if you haven't done this, I'll just run it by you again. For the whole of the rest of today, I would like you to start noticing anything that's yellow, but ideally yellow cars. Okay, and every time you see a yellow car, go, oh, yellow car, start counting them. Okay, now previous to doing this exercise, you might go, I've never really noticed yellow cars. It was never in your field of awareness. Okay, is what I'm bringing your attention to. Now I'm focusing your attention on yellow cars. You're suddenly going to notice yellow cars everywhere. And moving forward from this day, you're probably going to go, oh, and there's another yellow car, and there's another yellow car. In fact, I play a game with my daughter, and it's like we say, yellow car, I win, and whoever gets the most, wins the game. All right? But it just shows you how suddenly you can start noticing things that you weren't noticing before. So in that instance, if I am focusing on when that life is not, the subconscious statement in that is that life is not easy. When does it get easier? There's a presupposition that it is not. You are going to tune your focus to what is not working rather than what is working. Now, law of attraction, if you focus on what on a different focus, like I was saying to you, now let's focus on the yellow car. Let's say that we focus on how life is working for you, okay? And start a different pattern, a different route where you go, right, instead of me going, when does it get easier? Let's have a look at what things are easier already in my life. What things are easy, what things come to me easily, and what could I grow more of that? So the yellow car in this instance is what's easier? What is easy in your life? What do you find comfortable? What do you find flows? And what you're changing your energy shift. Now it's going to focus on something that previously was in the hard camp is now in the easier camp. And it's like, again, what you focus on grows and flows. So if you're thinking it's going to become easier, you're going to attract more easy. All right? And you're also going to be less inclined to focus on when the one bad thing comes along, or the things, because there are still going to be stuff that comes along, but you will have a different perspective of it, because in the past you would have gone, that's the big thing, that one thing that might have come along, or might, you know, it could be several things over a period of time, but really in reality all this other stuff far outweighs the one thing that comes in. So you would therefore be able to handle it better, wouldn't you? Yes, that stuff will come and go, you know, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, and I'm not saying you become blind to it, but you don't make it such a focal point, you don't make it such a big thing, okay? And where it's all consuming. And as humans, we have this propensity to focus on the negative rather than positive, and by doing that we make it flourish and we make it grow. So just changing that perspective of what we're focusing on, and just pay attention to your wording, like those very words, you know, Vix, when does it get easier, is implying that every day her life is not easy. So we need to challenge just that one single statement right there and unpack that and go, right, is that serving me? So being aware of your language is number one, okay? What are your common statements? I would say to you today, if you want to do a little exercise, what are the common statements that you use every single day? And write them down and start going, okay, is that a healthy statement for me and my lifestyle? Yes or no? Does that keep me in the happy zone? Yes or no? All right? And unpack that language, because behind that is what sits the driver. And it's your subconscious that drives you and puts you onto automatic pilot, okay, in order to just be able to do stuff in life as you're going around doing your things, right? So if you're on a positive automatic driver, where you automatically assume that life is great and everything is wonderful and it comes along, you know, and it's easy, then groovy. But if you're in the zone of it's going to be hard and difficult, or something similar, negative, then is that serving you? When is the right time to change that? Today. All right, so I hope you found that useful, and I will see you next time in the next video. Namaste.